Dear students, we have finished first unit. Now we are starting second unit, and first chapter of second unit is polarization, and name of first topic is double refraction. Before starting double refraction, we want to define one line definition of polarization and unpolarization. Unpolarization means the property of light in which the components of lights are vibrating in all possible direction, and polarized light means the light vibrates in only in one direction, that is the polarization, and the light which follow this property, that is polarized light. Now the first topic in which this property we use, that is double double refraction. Double refraction. Suppose this is a crystal and this is a unpolarized light. We can represent unpolarized light like this. This is unpolarized light, and this unpolarized light when passed through, this is a crystal, pass through a crystal, it is divided into two types of light. Two types of light. A light beam, when light beam is incident on an this crystal, such as calcite crystal, it propagates as a simple reflected ray through the crystal, or we can take glass slab. If the light is incident on a transparent anisotropic crystal, this is anisotropic crystal, it is divided into two light rays, and these light rays having different velocity in different direction. That is the reason of division of these light rays, and this phenomena is known as double refraction. And it is also known as double refracting crystal. This crystal is used for double refraction, or we can say by the help of this crystal, this light ray is divided into these two rays. That is that's why it is also known as double refracting crystal. And calcite, quartz, ice, etc. Are the examples for double refraction. And double refracting crystals are generally divided into two types. One is uniaxial crystal, and second is biaxial crystal. Uniaxial crystal and second is biaxial crystal. And in case of uniaxial crystal, one of the refracted ray is an ordinary ray and second is extraordinary ray. In this case, it is extraordinary ray, or we can say E ray, and this ray is known as ordinary ray, or we can say O ray, ordinary ray or O ray. That is possible only in uniaxial crystal. And in biaxial crystal, both of the reflected rays are extraordinary rays. Both rays are extraordinary rays. So in this topic, we will discuss about the uniaxial crystal. The crystal is said to be anisotropic, and in which the force of interaction between the electron could and the lattice is different in different crystallographic directions. Therefore, the natural frequency of electron cloud is likewise dependent on in the direction in which the electrons uh, uh, are caused to vibrate by the incident light wave, and it results in different direction of these two rays. Now we will discuss uh, optic optic axis and principal section of crystal. Principal section of a crystal. Uniaxial crystal have a direction along which ordinary and extraordinary rays propagate with the same velocity and without separation. It is known as optic axis. This direction is known as optic axis, and any direction parallel to the optic axis is also an optic axis. It just like the optic axis, and thus an optic axis is a direction in the crystal and not a unique straight line passing through a set of specific points in the crystal. The optic axis is actually the axis of symmetry of crystal, and the principal section is a plane containing optic axis, and it is normal to the surface. And uh, in general, this this plane, this principal section is not enough to understand the direction of vibrations for E ray and O ray. Hence, the plane containing the optic axis and the O ray is called the principal section of O ray, and the plane containing the optic axis and E ray is called the principal section of E ray, which containing O ray, that is known as principal section of O ray, and which containing E ray, which is called principal section of E ray. Now we will define about the ordinary and extraordinary rays. Ordinary and extraordinary rays. If a beam of light is incident perpendicular on the surface of a double refracting crystal, the O ray passes through the crystal without deviation. And uh, the E ray deviates in spite of the perpendicular incidence. If the crystal is rotated around O ray as an axis, the E ray rotates around the stationary O ray. Ordinary ray obeys the laws of reflection. In general, ordinary ordinary ray obeys the laws of reflection, while E ray does not follow the laws of reflection. And O ray has same velocity in all direction. This is the property of O ray, while uh, velocity of E ray depends upon the refractive index. Velocity of E ray is changed as the refractive index is changed, and if refractive index of O ray is mu o, then we can write it mu o is equal to velocity of light in vacuum upon velocity of O ray in crystal, or we can say velocity of light in vacuum is c, we know that, that value of c is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. We represent it by VO. It means mu O is c upon VO, or we can say velocity of O ray is c upon mu O. This is velocity of O ray. And similarly, suppose refractive index for E rays, refractive index of crystal for E ray is mu E. We can write it c upon VE. C again velocity of light in vacuum, and V is velocity of E ray in crystal, and we can say V is equal to c upon mu E. This is velocity of E ray. Next property of O ray and E ray, both O and E ray are linearly polarized. Linearly polarized. The two rays separate out in a crystal when the light is incident at an angle to the optic axis. They travel in different directions with the different velocities. The distinction of O and E ray exists only within the crystal. Once they emerge from the crystal, they differ from each other only in the direction of their polarization, and the designation of O ray and E ray has no meaning outside the crystal. Suppose this is a crystal, and these are the directions of optic axis, and this is incident light ray. Now, direction of E ray and O ray are like this, and both rays are emerge out, and suppose now the directions of optic axis are like this, and incident light ray, there is no change, no dividation of with respect to E ray and O ray. It means in this situation, this unpolarized light is divided into O and E ray, but in this situation it is not divided into O ray and E ray. These are the properties of ordinary and extraordinary rays, O ray and E ray. Now, we will discuss about positive and negative uniaxial crystal. We are only discuss about the uniaxial crystal. The propagation of light in uniaxial crystal is usually treated in terms of wave surfaces. The wave surface is a wavefront completely surrounding a point source of monochromatic light. If a point source is imagined within an isotropic substances like a glass, there would be single wave. There would be single wave surface which is spherical in shape. In positive crystal, the velocity of E ray is everywhere similar than O ray, velocity of O ray, except along the optic axis. Therefore, E ray travels slower than O ray, except along the accepted along the optic axis. It means velocity of E ray is less than velocity of O ray along other directions, and velocity of E ray is equal to velocity of O ray along optic axis, along the direction of optic axis, and this is the property of positive crystal. This is the property of positive crystal. And similarly, in negative crystal, the velocity of E ray is greater than velocity of O ray in all direction except along optic axis, and consequently E ray travels faster than O ray, or we can say velocity of E ray is greater than velocity of O ray along 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 other directions along other directions, and velocity of E ray is equal to O ray similarly along optic axis optic axis. And positive crystal, in positive crystal the E ray velocity is maximum along the optic axis and minimum in perpendicular direction. The principal refractive index for E ray mu E is larger than uh, refractive index of E ray in positive crystal. The maximum value for E ray refractive index occur along the direction perpendicular to the optic axis, and along the optic axis refractive index of E ray is equal to refractive index of O ray. And in negative crystal mu E is smaller than mu O, and the E ray refractive index has a minimum value in the direction perpendicular to the optic axis, and along the optic axis again it is equal to O ray, again it is equal to O ray. And we can say that mu E is greater than mu O in other direction, in other directions, and mu E is equal to mu O in the direction of along the direction of optic axis. This is the property of positive crystal. These are the property of positive crystals, and similarly mu E is less than mu O along other directions, and mu E is equal to mu O along the optic axis, along the optic axis. And this is the property of negative crystal, negative crystal. Okay, so in this video we have discussed about the crystal, positive and negative crystal, O ray and E ray, and double refraction. In next video we will discuss about the types of polarized light. Thank you.